Can you lose with a winning portfolio? Now, this is a very difficult question to answer. Please think about it. If you do have a winning portfolio, in that, can you lose? The answer is yes. And the people who have lost money in the market include people like Warren Buffett, Prashant Jain, Naren Shankaran, Roshi Jain, Anand Radhakrishnan. All these people have obviously lost money in the market. So, are you saying that because these people are good fund managers and have a good portfolio, they won't lose money? The answer is no. They will all lose money. The question is, how do you react to it? For example, 1999 I think was one of the worst years for Buffett, and Buffett shares were down. I think his shares were down by 20% and the market was up by 20% or something like that, right? Huge gap between him and the market started saying, oh, this old man should go out. He doesn't deserve to be here. He is finished. He does not understand internet, does not understand technology. You know how this ended, right? A few years later, when the market was down, he got some 27% return and made good all the losses. Now, here is an interesting exercise that you can do. Create a portfolio using all past data and saying, here is a portfolio that I created in the year 2000 and now I am going to evaluate it in 2023, right? So, maybe it has 30% bonds, it has 20% Indian equity, it has got 30% American equity, whatever, or world equity. You are using a lot of past data, right? You are using saying bonds, I will be there so much and all that. You make a portfolio. And the fund has given a very good return. This what I would call a multi-asset fund of yours has given a very good return. It has given you about say 4% return over inflation with a low standard deviation, and this is the performance over 25 years. Good portfolio, excellent portfolio created by you using past data, right? Using hindsight, you have created this. Now plot it from the year 2000 to the year 2023. There will be a year, maybe 2017, when you saw when this portfolio fell by 30%. Remember, you know how this story is going to end. You are the script writer. You started in 2000 the data with 2000 in the year 2000, and you have now reached 2023. So 23 years it has given you a very good return over inflation. It has done all those things, right, on a TRI basis, whatever. So but the market fell 25% in 2007, maybe it fell 14% in 2003 or 2002, right? Sometime it fell dramatically, and then now the question is, when you had this data, now you are having this data in 2023, but in 2002 what would have you done? In 2003 what would have you done? In 2006 what would have you done? Maybe your money doubled, right? So would have you sold and shifted to debt, then you would have missed all the other gain from 2003 to 2007, right? The question is what you did when during the time that it happened, not afterwards. Afterwards everybody becomes a genius and knows that well, look, this is how it ends. So let me give you some numbers on the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. When people had written him off, 1981-82 his portfolio fell by 20%, 19%. 1987, hold your breath, it fell 37%. 1989-90 again 37%. 1998 to 2000, 49%, hold your breath, 49%, and then 2007 to 2009, 51%. Now this is what Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's portfolio did. What would have you done? Would you have sat through, even assuming all your money was in Berkshire Hathaway, would you have been able to sit through such a fall? You see a 30 to 50% fall happening for Buffett. Can it not happen to you? Now cut to Indian conditions. I am sure Prashant Jain also, if you take his performance over the last 25 years or Naren over the last say 22 years, which is available in the public domain, they would have got very good results. But the question is, did they not see drawdowns? They saw drawdowns. Now 2-3 questions to ask. As an investor, did you sit through? I sat through it. I sat through all the underperformance of a Naren or a Prashant or a Franklin India Blue Chip. I sat through all the underperformances. I am overall happy with the performance that I have got. I am thrilled with the performance over 20-year plus holding. The question is not just that. The question is, how did the management of say HDFC support Prashant Jain during these periods of drawdown, how much credit are we willing to give to, say, in HDFC it's easy to say Milind Barve and Mr. Deepak Parekh. In case of ICICI, the CEOs changed quite a bit. I don't think Naren worked only under Nimish. Naren, I think, worked under Pankaj Razdan, worked with Nilesh. Then now he's working with Nimish, right? So how did those people hold on to Naren's portfolio, or did not mind Naren holding on to that portfolio, or Prashant holding on to that portfolio? That's a question to ask. Naren or Prashant may have had the conviction. How did the management have the conviction? Not of a 55-year-old Naren, but of a 35-year-old Naren. That's a very important question to ask, right? You can't just say, oh, it's very easy for them to sit through. It would not have been easy to sit through, because a fund manager has many bosses. The trustee is a boss, the board of directors is a boss, the managing director is the boss. If you are not the CIO, then the CIO is a boss, and the IFAs or the distributors are a boss, because they can ask you questions on a daily basis. Every day they can ask you, why is your NAV lower than somebody else's NAV, on a daily basis. Can you believe it? And people are told that you have to come here for 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years kind of a thing, but they bother about the NAV on a day-to-day basis. How does this help you, and how does this help you to understand things? It helps you to understand things in the sense that here is a portfolio which you curated using all your skills, all the past data, and you are very happy with its result over a 25-year period. But there have been times when it has fallen 25%, 50%, 19%, and all those things. During those periods, what you did, how calmly you could sit without withdrawing or actually adding more money to it, right? Even when you have all the data, if you are unable to answer the question as to what would have you done, the question is, in real life, what do you do, right? That's a very important question to answer. So first of all, understand that everybody underperforms. You will also underperform. You don't need to outperform on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You don't want to be the best fund performer, best performing manager for the year 2021 or 23 or 25, whatever. Please understand that is the fund manager's challenge. A fund manager may want to do it, you may not want to do it. You have to worry about or be in the process of creating wealth for you and your family over the next 20-25 years. It does not matter whether Naren is the best fund manager of 2023 or whether it is Roshi Jain for 2024. It does not matter to you. As long as you create a portfolio where you allocate some money to all of the good fund managers that you know, or your portfolio where you decided how much to have in large cap, how much in value, how much in growth, you know to do all that, and you're not a direct equity investor, you should be happy with the long-term results and not worry too much about the short-term results. One very important thing in fund management, which a fund manager told me, is the willingness to look stupid or wrong in the short run is an extremely important thing to look good in the long run, right? So if you are not willing to look foolish or stupid in the short run, it's going to be very difficult for you to look good in the long run. It's not going to be very easy, right? So here we are, we know all the value, the advantages of diversification. We know we have created this portfolio which says 30% should be in stocks, or 30% should be in debt, or 30% should be in stocks, or whatever combination. That is the multi-asset fund which has performed over 30 years or 25 years. But still, during periods when it does not perform well, how you react, that is what is going to decide how much wealth you create for yourself. It does not matter whether in 2023 you underperform the Sensex or outperform the Sensex. What you are seeing is in the long run, for which you are living and investing. In the long run, did I make money or did I not make money? Am I happy with the standard deviation? If you are happy with the standard deviation, if you are happy with the end result, great, you've been a good investor. Thank you.